Found everywhere you can listen to podcasts. It's Caffeinated and Confused with Hannah.
That's a very confusing time for any young lady.
I feel like you might be the first guest ever where I'm not going to have to turn your mic down or up. Usually guests are like really quiet, and so I have to crank their mic. But I feel like you and I are equally as loud.
Oh, I said give it. I'm loud.
Oh, now you're going to be quiet.
It's weird.
Didn't you like go to college
I almost
to do
went to
this?
school for broadcast journalism.
Yeah.
I started. One of my 5 majors was broadcast journalism.
Okay, well, give me like test.
Test. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
On air Hannah in the studio.
Hannah O'Neill. All right, let's just let her rip. Hope, happy wedding week.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh, how does it feel to be getting married in how many days? 3?
It'll feel a lot better in 3 days. You've seen the schedule.
Yeah, that schedule stresses me out.
It's been a week. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
For Saturday and Thursday and Friday.
I know. It's going to be a fun couple of days. All right, so I feel like whenever I have guests on the podcast, which is every week, I never like introduce them.
Oh boy.
So I don't even know when was the first time we met. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like I assume it had to be
It was probably at
with
a concert.
Laura.
I was probably with Laura.
Wasn't it the distillery? I totally forgot about that until Laura recently.
It was Low Cash at the distillery.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
I totally forgot about that until she was like, yeah, you like messaged us and asked if we wanted tickets. I was like, I'm so nice.
Yeah. And then I just remember we were talking to you after and we were both like, wait, we really like her. Which usually isn't the thing with me and Laura.
I know.
One of us is like, I don't know.
Nah.
But we liked you.
Well, at least you liked me because Kate hated me. So
Kate hates everyone.
yeah.
It's fine.
I'll never forget the moment when she just goes, I hated you at first. I was like,
you guys have
what?
been friends for a while. And she was like, just so you know, I really hated you.
Yeah. And I was like, what did I do?
True
Glad I could turn things around. So yeah, Hope and I just met through mutual people, town of Green Bay. And then
We formed
the squad. And now squad is just,
I think squad just kind of evolved. It was just that group that we hung out with during COVID all the time.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was like anyone that people hung out with in the group just became a part of squad. So
Yeah.
it just evolved into like, if you're friends with us, you're in the squad.
yeah. And everyone wanted to be in the squad. And here we're very welcoming to a point, unless you suck.
Me being like, I don't live here and I'm not in the know of the squad anymore. And then I come home and there's new people. Like, that's Enneagram 2 wing 3.
Oh.
I don't like being left out. And
It's actually crazy how similar our personalities are. Same brain.
yeah.
Same.
And like in a good way where I don't think we clash with it. I think we like just click with it. Like we get what each other's feeling.
100%.
Yeah.
And for anyone, I feel like, well, we've obviously been friends for a long time, but I feel like the planning of Laura's bachelorette party really brought us together. Because that was, I mean, anyone who's had to like put together a trip with multiple, like 15 girls with multiple personalities, it can...
People you know, people you don't know, people like you're trying to accommodate everyone, but also...
I feel like it was like trauma bonding.
It was. It was like fun trauma bond. Like I love planning. I loved like planning parties, hosting, all that stuff. But it's just like when it's for someone else and when you don't know everyone totally, like that was just, it was worth it, Laura. It was a really good time.
Well, and she like knows. I mean, we laugh about it now, but, and it was such a fun trip. It was so much fun.
It ended up being a great trip.
Yeah. We have had 2 great trips in the last however many months because your bachelorette party was so fun.
Little Lit Live.
I know. And I mean, both of your sisters were like on one.
Well, and
that weekend.
Alyssa's great at that planning, but she would have made Olivia be like the mouthpiece of like, okay, Olivia, here's what we're going to do. You tell them. But Liv really...
She stepped it up.
Liv really did.
Yeah. And just on the trip itself, Alyssa, she let her rip.
She was the
She was a
underdog,
shot queen.
She was the MVP.
Yeah, she was. What was your favorite part of the trip?
The club.
The club.
I think it was just one of those moments that was like so unexpected. Everyone was just in the right mindset. We were all in sweats. It wasn't like those moments I feel like that are just like the most organic end up being the most fun, which is
so
usually
fun.
I don't stumble into those when I plan stuff because I'm just like
to the minute planning.
And you're going to have a really fun time doing this. But I love that. And just obviously like the salad bowl and like playing games all weekend.
Yeah.
My vibe. But the
ski
stumbling into the club at the ski hill was just
that
the
was
biggest
my favorite
happy
part
accident
too.
in the world.
And my second favorite part was the Kate version of Salad Bowl. So we had our friend Kate, for anyone listening, we love her to death, but she is like, you just never know what's going to come out of her mouth. Like wild card. So we're playing Salad Bowl, which is this game we play, and we had her write down a word or phrase that reminded her of every person in the room, and then she had to go through and like catchphrase them, and it was It was wild.
It's actually funny because she put Seekers Gal Pal for me because we both used to work at Sunseekers together. And I've had like multiple dreams over the last few weeks since The Bachelorette about working at Sunseekers or like breaking into work at Sunseekers. And I just that's the only reason I can think of that happened.
It's because of that.
But she just put the most wild. What'd she put for you?
She put grammar for Instagram. Oh. Chelsea was Spanky.
Spanky.
Because
she's got attitude.
Because when Kate was taking a drunken nap one day when we were there, Chelsea spanked her, pulled her pants down and spanked her, and that was how Kate woke up. Yeah, so that was fun. But that was a really fun trip.
Yeah, it was. It was just the perfect mix of like girls, fun, outdoor.
Got some great content. I already everyone better be game for making a TikTok on Saturday.
Terry's going to be your biggest obstacle.
No, I'm going to get him.
Any of his friends will do it. His family will do it. Our friends will cave in. You just have to
Okay. We're doing But Daddy, I Love Him, and everyone's going to get a line and act it out. But I need you and Terry. I will be grabbing you on point, being we are walking down to the chapel because I want you guys coming out the door and being no, you can't come to the wedding.
Oh my gosh, funny.
And I need you running in a dress.
Yeah.
At some point.
We might just have to stand outside the chapel because I don't think we're allowed in.
Okay. Well, you can walk down the steps or something. So everyone watch out for Hope's wedding day content.
Oh, God.
And with Allie there too.
I met with her yesterday or Monday. I met with her yesterday.
Okay.
And I only allotted myself an hour before I had to get to work. And right when we got there, she's like, when do you have to leave? Because I feel like you're not going to leave on time. I did not leave on time.
Yeah.
I did not make my meeting. But I just love her.
I know.
And I'm so excited. We're so on the same page with what we want that day.
I'm so excited.
Love her photography. I'm probably going to hand her the video camera at some point.
Yeah. And for anyone listening, Allie was on the podcast. She was on a podcast. I don't know how long ago that was. A couple months ago. It's crazy how long it was. But she is Hope's photographer on Saturday, so she's going to crush it.
And she's done so many things for so many of our friends. And I feel like she knows half the group that's going to be there, and it'll be, I'm very excited.
Content queen. Okay, so I need you to do your pit and peak first because I'm not going to lie. I haven't really planned mine out. We're going to kind of wing it. You are being quiet, by the way.
Sorry. I'll be loud. I've never been told that before. I'll start with my pit, wedding related. One of my best friends from college, I just found out last night she's not able to come. Really, I've never been a girl with many friends, but I had two good friends from college coming. So I was really sad. There's reasons. I'm hoping everything's good there, but
Did I meet her?
No.
Okay.
No one's gotten to meet her yet. I haven't seen her in 5 years.
Okay.
But so sad.
Oh,
so that was a bummer. I know it'll still be a good day. It was just one of those ones one of the people you haven't seen. So that was going to be the day you finally do. So that was my pit.
Is that why you had to drink wine last night?
Yeah. Well, I actually had just opened the wine ahead of that. I had to drink wine. I guess honorable mention pit. I backed into my aunt's car yesterday.
Oops.
And I came in and she told me to have a glass of wine. So I had a glass of wine.
And she can't be mad at you on your wedding week because, you're thinking of other things.
And to be fair, I did more damage to our car, so I'm a little bit in trouble with Terry.
Yeah. Oops.
Also can't be mad at
Sorry,
me on
Terry. Yeah.
So that was my pit. My peak is very small and not wedding related, but I was at work yesterday at our corporate office, which I don't really go to often. And Olivia chatted me at work. She goes, if you're at corporate today, just so you know, they've got s'mores coffee downstairs. S'mores flavored coffee. It was one of the most beautiful, delicious coffees of my entire life. And I was just so excited.
Yeah. I love a peak like that.
Yeah.
I wish they would bring us s'mores coffee here.
Yeah, I probably will have some wedding peaks, but the wedding didn't happen yet. So
I know.
Right now it's just a lot of pits.
Yeah. Well, and just peaks to look ahead at.
Yeah.
Because we have bowling Thursday, Blue Friday, wedding Saturday. Wait, when do you leave for your honeymoon? Do you leave right away Sunday?
No, Sunday morning I'm chopping my hair.
Oh, that's right.
Monday
okay.
morning.
I was going to say we might have to get Bloody Marys or something on Sunday.
I'm going to need one.
Yeah, same.
Why don't you just go grab one at either Blue or Toast and bring it to me? I'm getting my hair cut right in there.
Perfect. Oh, you're going to Naomi?
Yeah.
Shout out another person who's been on the podcast.
Oh, she has. Yeah. I
just
know. I listen to these. I take notes.
Basically was just actually, you were the one who gave me a lot of the ideas. So checks out.
Just the podcast
Is Naomi
planner.
coming to said wedding?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I actually never met her.
Oh, really?
Bree gets her hair cut with her.
Oh,
and
okay.
my usual girl can't do it. And she was so nice. I messaged her and I was like, hey.
Wait, we should actually, I'll just bring stuff for Bloodies and we should just all hang while you do that.
That would be so fun.
What time are you getting it done?
10.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm going to get stuff for Bloodies and then we're just going to go there and hang out, watch you get your hair chopped.
Okay.
Well, look at us. We have just 4 days
Look at us
straight.
making plans.
Okay, I love it. All right, well, those are good pits and peaks. What are mine? I feel like my pit, number one, having to work early this morning. But so we have this store opening up, like the Y100 merch store that I have taken under my wing. And when I tell you this has been like the biggest headache of my life, is just coming up with like the concepts. So I came up with them like a month and a half ago, and I'm working with my friend Ben. Shout out Ben. He's awesome. He's like really good at graphic design. So like I kind of just text him, spew out all of these ideas, and he came up with a bunch of different stuff. So then it was like
fun,
all great and dandy until then I have to bring said graphics to all of the staff. And then it's like everyone has something to say and fix this and fix that and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so got it all figured out. Then it was a matter of getting it to the printing company that we're going to be working with because they're setting up the website. Finally got the link for the website this week, and like some of the stuff is wrong. So now I'm just like emailing back and forth, trying to get this all up by tomorrow because I'm off Friday.
The emails are like good and bad too and stuff like that. Like with wedding planning, I found that like sometimes I just want to call a person and talk to them. But if you don't have it written in email, then it's like you said this.
Exactly.
How do I remember? Yeah. So it's a curse and a blessing to have that, because it's like it can be straight to the point, but then it's like you're waiting on people or you just want a little answer.
Yeah. And it's just like I almost would have just rather not gotten any opinions and just done it, because it's like you can't make everyone happy. And there's 4 different designs. Also, like people are paying for it and buying it. So like a lot of the times when I come up with these designs, it's like we get 2,000 of these shirts and we just blow them out.
Yeah.
And so that I get. But with this, it's like, no, like, you know, whatever. So it's just been a cluster F, and I'm hoping to get it up by tomorrow. Yeah.
So it's all online?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're working with like a local printer who created the store for us. And and then it was just like, I thought I had it very laid out. I had mock-ups of everything. And I get like they want different colors. So then I go on the site that's under construction, and there's like, it looks nothing like what I sent. It still looked good, but it just wasn't, you know, when you have a vision in your head and
it's not the same thing.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's just been a cluster. So that was my pit. My peak is
we
probably
both did double pits.
Oh shit. And I usually never have a pit either. Usually I'm like struggling.
They seem pretty like in the grand scheme of things
they're very adult, like boring pits. My peak is probably I just had a very like semi low-key weekend. So Friday I had off last Friday because sadly a friend of mine's dad passed away. So I went to the funeral Friday morning, then got lunch with some friends, and I was like, oh, like, what am I going to do the rest of the day? And shout out Cody Wickman.
He has too many shout outs on this podcast.
I know.
I'm sick of it.
I feel like, he does. But he was at Rustique with like some people who go to our gym. So I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I'll just go for a drink or two. Did not turn it into a drink
margaritas.
Yeah, it was so good.
They're so good.
And they gave me a tall, and I was like, let's go. So, and then we were playing like drinking games. We were at Rustique, and then we went to Shoots for one, but we actually did only stay for one. Yeah. It was still light out. I don't know if I've ever been there when it's been light out.
No.
It was wild. Oh, and I saw a man there who I have had past relations with. So that
really had to think about how to word that.
I know. I'm like, how do I? I don't know what
in the daylight?
In the daylight.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what I called him on the podcast. I think tattoo guy. I don't know. But it was like a jump scare. You know, you're just not expecting. And all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, oh. And
like you're not even supposed to be there, let alone someone you know like, that you don't want to run into.
Yeah, whatever. So that was a jump scare. And then we had a drink at Shoots. Then we went to Fox Harbor. And that was where it like all went downhill. Keep in mind, it's still light out. It's like 4 or 5 p.m. by the time we get to Fox Harbor.
Honestly, perfect. Because then by the time you get home, you still get to bed.
Exactly.
It's my dream day.
Except I got a little too... I don't even know. There was like other people there, then they left. So it was just me, Cody, and his mom and his dad sitting at this table, and we were just ripping White Claw. And then we took a shot at one point. I hadn't eaten since lunch.
You should have got the clam chowder at Fox Harbor.
It's so good there. But I didn't. And then I was like, okay, I need to go home. So I got home at like 8:30. I had the spinners because I was like, I have had too much to drink. And then, but I fell asleep by 9 p.m. on Friday.
See, like honestly perfect, because sometimes if you day drink and you go home too early, and it's like 4 or 5, you like shouldn't go to bed yet, but you want to because you feel like you should.
And then you like sober up while you're still awake and feel like death.
And then you're like up in the, that's when I like wake up with the night sweats and like the anxiety because I'm like, I went to bed at 4 o'clock.
I know. I went to bed before dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had the spinners, but I went to sleep, but then we got up to go to the gym Saturday and I had a raging headache, but then.
I don't know how you and Laura do it with like no matter what you do the night before. Like when Laura first would make me when we go to spin class years ago, if we were going to spin class and we had to be there at 4:45 in the morning,
that was disgusting.
That changed my whole week. I would be like, well, no, Laura, then I can't hang out with you on Tuesday night because that would make me not go to bed until 8:30, and I have to be up at 4:45. Where she would like still go out to dinner with people and still wake up for that. I feel like you just
4:45 is way too early.
But still, just the gym in general. The fact that you wake up and do it all the time.
Well, Saturdays we don't go until 9, so
that's nice.
That helps. But
I did it once.
I will be interested to see. I mean, our plan is to go on Friday morning. I will be interested to see if that happens.
I would, but I have things to do.
Maybe I'll go to 9 a.m. on Friday. But yeah, so I had a headache, but then powered through. And then we had just a bonfire. I'm just so happy it's bonfire weather.
It is.
Bonfire, twinkle lights, and wine at Chelsea Saturday night. And then
Perfect day.
Mother's Day Sunday. So it's just a low-key weekend minus getting the spinners at 8 p.m. on Friday.
Like a surprisingly fun. Like you just stumbled into the fun.
Yeah. Ripping shots with Mary Wickman at 7 p.m. at Fox Harbor on Friday. Okay.
Not a bad weekend.
I know. It was fun. So that's my pit and peak. I'm excited for my pit and peak next week to see what is going to be my favorite part of this weekend.
Both.
I know. Okay, so wedding planning. I feel like a lot of females obviously listen to this podcast who have had to deal with it. What has been the most stress? Because Europe, I feel like Laura she just was like, this is what we're going to do and tell me my stuff. But you're like a planner to your core. Yeah. So.
Well, and I like love this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I side thing I'd love to do is do event planning. But like to start with like the mecca of events in my life is kind of like, okay, well, this is hard. I don't know. A big part of it was just hard because I live in Chicago right now and I'm planning a wedding up here. So I think a lot of that's hard just with like trying to talk to people to get opinions. Like I have to sit there by myself and make myself sit down and plan or work with people up here.
Yeah.
So that part's probably been the hardest, just like navigating all of that because I'm working through a lot of emails where like I just want to call people. That's probably been the hardest. Is just I procrastinate too.
I know,
so
same.
like I had all these ideas and I had these things, but if I do it too far ahead of time, I'm going to change my mind 6 times and change my plan. So I just wait. So like the last few weeks have been like all the things I put off until the last few months. I'm like, oh shit, I actually have to start like ordering and choosing and making. So like I have things I'm still waiting on my place cards to arrive. I have a friend coming up, Alexandra's coming up from Chicago, and I accidentally shipped something that I couldn't cancel to my apartment. And she's like sitting on standby like, hey, is it arriving before I leave? And I'll grab it for you. So
what was with the place cards you sent? They were too small, the ones that you got this week?
They're so tiny. I got bamboozled. And by bamboozled, I just mean I don't know measurements in math because it said right on there 2 inches. I don't know what I thought I was going to get.
I don't know. It's the same way.
Well, and like I just like those things to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So I'm so like, but I'm trying something different. I'm trying the acrylic ones because I think it look cute in that little like place card holder. So if it comes, or I ordered the acrylic sheets and I was like, Dad, we might need to saw these. So it might be craft night at the Roth household.
You have the week to do crafts. That's kind of the fun of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what my mom keeps saying. She's like, you're getting stressed out about it. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I like that attitude. When you were talking about how you would like to be a planner, I feel like it would be easier to be a planner for someone else because you wouldn't be like so in your own head about all of the things you like. Like you would get their ideas and you could run with it. And you can kind
of like know what someone likes. Yeah, with me, I'm like, oh, I like this, but I also like this. Like the style of the wedding and the colors alone have changed probably like 6 times.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm quick panicking, sending these vendors like, oops, mine changed. This is what we're going with.
Because you're doing springy color vibes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But like minimal. Like there's not a ton going on with the decor, like kind of simple, but like what's there is pops of bright, which I never would have thought.
How do you even start with that? Do you just like go on Pinterest?
Oh, we broke out the Pinterest. The week after we got engaged, we were sitting on our balcony and I was like, this Pinterest board is like 8 to 10 years in the making. It's been through many relationships. Let's see what it's got. And it was like, I mean, like some of them were like, I can't believe I ever thought I was gonna. I think there's actually like, I would say TikTok, but I see it on Instagram Reels like 3 weeks after it's on TikTok. But of girls showing like what they had on their Pinterest wedding board from old stuff. I'm like, mine is bad.
I was listening to a podcast recently where the girl like was talking about, oh yeah, I think I have a Pinterest board. So like while they were podcasting, they looked up her old Pinterest board and it was wild. I don't even want to know what I have on mine.
And it's hard using like, I know, me too, Pinterest and social media for this stuff too, because the algorithm, whatever you keep looking at, and then it's like, I thought I was doing something different with my colors, but now my algorithm is just like what I'm doing. And I'm like, is everyone really doing this? And I'm just a basic bitch? Or did I just get my algorithm so involved in what I'm doing?
I feel like you also want, like with a wedding too, is to make it like you do want some trends, but also like you want it to be you because trends change.
Yeah.
So you want to look back 10 years from now and like know that it was like your own.
And I think my wedding's my first time in a long time. I have tried so hard to be like the beige, neutral, clean vibe. It's not me.
Yeah.
I am not that.
Yeah.
I am like chaos, like excess, like maximalist in a lot of things. Like I like the color. I like just different things. So doing the color and then just like other decisions I made in the wedding, I think I'm finally being like, okay, these are things I actually really like. I'm not just trying to be.
And I think the colors are just going to look. Wait, can I just tell you what some of my
Pinterest board names?
Pinterest board names
right
are?
There.
Well, I have a cooking one, which is normal. I have style. I'm scared to click dream house, and that's all I can see right now.
What's your dream house?
Is well, one of like the tiny pictures that I can see has a pink ceiling.
See, but I'd probably like that.
That's insane. There's actually, I have a bathtub that the ceiling is twinkle lights. Still,
can you imagine that bathtub, glass of wine, candle, Taylor Swift blaring?
Wait, you're gonna die at this one. What? So for anyone listening, it's a picture of a bedroom and it's atrocious. We've got tan walls, a fuchsia. What color is that even?
I don't know. Like magenta?
Magenta blanket and curtains. I don't know. That was absolutely atrocious. Wow.
Honestly, I'd have to scroll pretty far back to see anything like old, but you can even just see how things have like evolved because it starts with like the original colors I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Silver bridesmaids dresses. And,
like, I forgot you were going to do that.
And like it was kind of more rusticy, like barn, and then it turned more like garden dinner party, and now it's just like you can just see things evolve, but I don't even want to scroll back further because it's probably.
I'm not going to lie. A lot of these are actually like I would still like, what is that? That is amazing.
And that was from a long time ago. That was ahead of its time.
Thank you. Wow. Who knew? I mean, a lot of these are, I want to know what the pink ceiling one was. A lot of these are houses that I could, here it is. What the heck was I? It's a bathroom with a pink
Lisa
ceiling.
Vanderpump's bathroom in like 2011.
That is tough. So everyone right now, just go and look at your old Pinterest boards. Some of these, I feel like my theme is just a lot of coziness, though. I have like big libraries and big couches.
Like, I have a Pinterest board from 6 years ago called Garage that I've got like 4 pins in. That is garage organization. Like, I didn't have a house 6 years ago. I still don't have a house.
Also,
I don't have a garage.
Out of all the things that you would like want as inspo in getting a house, why is the garage?
Long tool storage. 10 ways to take your garage back.
You must have been going through a garage phase.
I must have.
I also have one, Celebrity Obsessions. No shocker here that Taylor Swift, Adele are up top. I've got
an Enneagram board.
Miranda Kerr. I don't remember ever being obsessed with her.
She's cute, though.
John Krasinski, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, here's my Myers-Briggs. Basically, here's your personality summed up in case you need to like defend yourself or explain something.
I need a Pinterest board with that.
Oh, if you get into like the Instagram accounts or Pinterest of like Enneagrams or my Myers-Briggs fluctuates every time I take that, but.
Yeah. Wow. What a time to be alive. Pinterest. But the Enneagrams. So Hope and I pulled some of those up because I'm actually I know like type 2s are, we basically like, we love to do things.
The helper, they call it.
Yeah. We like to do things for other people, but then that can be a catch-22 because then we expect the same. And if we don't get it, then it's like.
We got deep feels.
Oh, all right. And you can just like go online and. People who don't believe in this stuff, I'm like, you have to do it, and then you'll see that it's legit.
I go into like rabbit holes for like weeks at a time where like any feeling I have or any decision I make, I go back and like relate it back to my Enneagram just to like justify it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, well, that's why I did that.
Seriously.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if I've used it in an argument with someone. Well, I'm just an Enneagram 2. It's probably with Laura because she couldn't be more opposite.
Yes.
So it's probably when I'm like upset about something or like my feelings get hurt and Laura just doesn't understand.
You're like, I'm a 2W3.
You need to
and
like
she's
meet
like,
me
what?
where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm a 2-wing-3, okay?
Yeah, like the one that says, am I lovable? I can't even tell you. I know that like I have a lot of people that love me, but on a daily basis, I will question if everyone hates me. I'm like, does everyone hate me? Why do we do that? That's psychotic.
I do that to Terry a lot. I'm like, so do you still like me?
Yeah.
You're so cool.
Self-care for 2s. Just say no. Can't do that. Does that mean we can't do that? Because I'm really bad at saying no.
I'm getting better at that. But like in certain scenarios, a lot of the time I'm a yes. Sometimes maybe my turning into a no is more like I say yes, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
Which maybe isn't any better.
Wait, some of these are really good. Okay, so it says self-care for 2s, coffee and walking dates. I mean, hello. It's like what I live for.
Literally every single Saturday for me and Terry.
Single day. This is, I mean, literally hope to the core. Massage, spa days, pampering, but you'd like do that to yourself every night. We need to get into your face masks because it's crazy.
Honestly.
But I love it. Journaling. I used to journal more. I feel like I should journal more. Alone time. I love alone time, but I struggle with it because then I sit there and I'm like, why am I not doing anything?
Yeah, I feel
maybe?
guilty about my alone time.
Host a small gathering.
See, hosting. That's like the 2-wing-3 goes into a little bit more of like that. I believe the wing 3 is part of that. It's like you either like to host or like more charming.
Anytime I read about it, I'm like, oh my God, that so is me. It's just like, you always like, you're just a giver and you want to do things for other people and like just be around other people.
And that's how you feel like that's where you find your worth is like if you're not able to like help someone or like be there and like be that person, like you feel like you're worthless in that relationship.
Yes.
Which is so meek. I'm always like, what can I do? Where can I be? And like, how can I be involved? And some of it's just me also being an Enneagram 2-wing-3 and not wanting to be left out. But part of it's like, if I'm not helping you in this situation, why am I even here?
Exactly.
What am I to you?
What is the 3? Because I know I'm like, mine are like pretty close.
Because it's just whatever one you lean towards for the opposite number on the other side. So like 4 either leans towards a 3 or a 5.
Oh, interesting. I feel like I had another, when I did mine, I was a 2-wing-3, but then there was another really random one that I didn't. Oh, here it is. I'm a 2-wing-3, but I also have 7 in me.
Oh.
7 was like my other big one.
I think I made her take this once when I was trying to understand her. I think she was like a 7 or a 9.
Please take an Enneagram.
Terry's a 1, which is like moral compass, like driven, whatever, which I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's close to me
you
on
are.
the scale. So we kind of lean the same.
Enneagram 7 is the enthusiast. Oh, I can see that.
Maybe she was
Playful, high-spirited.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So 2s with a 3-wing are often more ambitious concerning their personal goals.
Yes.
Than 2s wing 1 who are more self-critical, idealistic. They're a little bit more towards like professional, I think, kind of like concepts, but both are pretty relationship-driven and image.
What do you think Taylor Swift is?
Not like scalable. Like you can't put her on that scale.
Do you think she's all of them?
Probably.
What are all the different
I honestly
ones?
feel like she kind of.
I feel like she's a 2-wing-3.
But I feel like she could be a 2-wing-3 because she cares so much.
Yeah.
She
thrives in like doing things. I mean, her whole job is doing things for other people.
Yeah.
Gifting us with the music of our.
Yeah.
How much Taylor Swift are we going to play on Saturday, do you think?
Oh, see.
I feel like she doesn't have a lot. She does have like
Music
good.
is something I gave to Terry.
Oh.
And so I had to like work my own in there after. So I've got some like good girl squad songs on there. The only Taylor Swift I for sure have on there is Love Story.
I feel like we have to throw in like Blank Space or Shake It Off or something.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Well, I'll sneak it out.
Oh, Terry's in charge of the music. So is it you have a DJ, right?
We have, you're going to love. Actually, there's some Taylor mixed into the ceremony that you're going to appreciate.
Oh my God.
We have a violinist for the ceremony.
Beautiful.
But then during cocktail hour, there's like an acoustic guitar. So he's kind of like a little bit harder country, but a little bit more like classic rock. So like some of the classics and stuff he'll be singing during cocktail hour, and then dancing's DJ.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the DJ does a good job at like using your guys' list, but then also feeling out the crowd. And
Yeah, we're pretty use our list.
Yeah, okay.
And like Terry did a good job. Like I went through and I like added like Shania or like Taylor and stuff like that. But he did a really good job of like finding a good mix. So I think it'll be perfect.
Okay. Can't wait. I need some songs to dance. How many single men are going to be there?
I was trying to count. We were looking at the seating chart, and I was like lumping together single men. But he's like, some of these guys aren't single. They're just coming to the wedding that night without.
Keep me away from them. When I get alcohol in me.
I would say like 6 to 7.
Oh, okay. How many are eligible?
Do we count Jay and Trey?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Shoot.
Like 6-ish, maybe. Okay. You have 6 to choose from. Like a small version of The Bachelorette, but your version of The Bachelorette nonetheless.
Okay. And like how many are...
I could see there's 2, maybe 3 that I could see you flirting with that night.
Oh, okay. I just like a good flirt. I feel like...
regardless, they're a fun group, but there's like 2 or 3 that could see you being like the kombucha girl, you know? She's like,
yeah. I just feel like when you're single at a wedding, like the most fun part is finding a man to maybe, I don't know, bring home or have fun with.
Yeah, or just like
flirt, dance.
Yeah, and just like knowing that you're one of the few single girls and they're one of the few single guys. Like, well, here we are.
How many single girls are there? I feel like I'm probably got to be there. Can't be that many.
There's not that many. Maybe like 4.
Okay.
Maybe less.
Perfect.
I don't know. A lot of my side of the guest list is family, and Terry's side's a lot more friends. He's got a smaller family. He's got so many friends.
Yeah.
I've got a really big family.
You have a lot of friends. You just had to cut down.
Well, and I just I have a little bit closer circle, I feel like. I'm like friendly with a lot of people, but like just the people that I'm with and like talk to often is a small group.
And you only want those people at your wedding.
Yeah,
anyway.
we're small. We're at 130. So like,
that's
we're
perfect.
Keeping it small and like it's even bigger than we thought we would have. Like we thought we were going to do 100 and we started making a guest list and like there's no way.
Yeah, that would be impossible.
Yeah.
All right, I need to figure out. We should like make a game of it of me flirting with.
Do you want some roses? We can pass out roses.
Yes, or come
and
up
then
with.
Just go take it from the person when they lose it and give it to someone else. Be like, you lost your rose around to the net.
Should come up with like a pickup line that I have to use on all of them and like fit the vibe.
Make
check.
them all do a TikTok with you.
I should.
I always say this, and then you like start doing TikToks, and I get so stressed out by them. So I don't know why. I'm always like,
yeah, like at your bachelorette when I'm like, okay, we're gonna make this song, and then we really only did like 4 parts, but still turned out fun.
Honestly, it's still hilarious.
I know, like the riding the Lexus.
That's my favorite. I will use that picture of Lexi and I until the day I die.
I am obsessed with her, by the way.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Like I want her to move here.
We had such a fun group.
So much fun.
It worked out so perfectly.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, the wedding will be fun.
And because she was so for anyone who doesn't know Hope, how many colleges did you go to?
Oh, shoot. This is my fun fact. I've attended 5 colleges.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So she was Duluth,
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Alexandra's a high school friend.
Yep.
Were there any other college girlies there? Okay.
Nope. So Kate, Bree, Alexandra, all high school-ish. And then like kind of later, Laura obviously met after high school. And then Lexi was college.
Okay. Can you tell the story, speaking of Laura, of how you guys became friends? Because this can go into like the dating in Green Bay, because this is literally what it's like dating in Green Bay.
Okay. So I'll cliff notes it and then I'll expand a little bit. So Laura and I met because we were dating the same guy. Like, say that loosely. We weren't like totally dating the same guy, but we were seeing the same guy. But it was funny because we had a mutual friend that we didn't know, and we all kind of were in the same place of life, like just moving back to Green Bay, just becoming single. And she's like, our mutual friend was like, got this friend. She just moved here from Iron River. She just became single too. You're just moving back. Let's all meet up tonight. Like, we'll all go out together.
Who is the mutual friend?
Kelsey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we all met at Doozies and like kind of hit it off right away. We were all just talking, like I said, a lot in common. And Kelsey's finally like, Laura, are you seeing anyone right now? And she was like, actually, this guy from your school, whatever. Flips over her phone. As she said the name of the guy Snapchats me. And I was like, looked at her, flipped my phone back over, and I was like, no way. And I think by the end of the night, we kind of like, I said something to her about it. But again, we weren't like totally either of us dating this guy, but we then turned it into just like, okay, well, we're going to be friends now. We're going to ditch the guy. So we were dating the same guy, and it worked out for us.
Oh, my gosh.
We all became friends then, though. All 3 of us were.
That's so funny.
So it worked out.
And now I love said guy, too.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to go golfing with me.
I think he's the one that taught me and Laura how to golf.
Yeah,
all together. We went on a shared date.
Should we all go?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We can podcast from the golf course.
Yeah, get down to the nitty gritty of that time.
But yeah, I just feel like that. I mean, I talk about it on this podcast all the time about how I'm just not cut out for this dating life, because it's like everyone is dating 6 different people. I just can't do it.
And yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it was a very active decision too for Laura and I of like, well, we really like each other. So do we just want to like ditch this guy?
Yeah.
And, like, make
We're
him
not
a
going to
friend
battle
instead?
this out. Let's just become friends.
And that was the start of Laura and I just being a package deal for friend groups. So like
love
one
that.
of us is coming. We're both coming.
I love it. So what are some other crazy dating stories?
When you said that, I don't know if I have like crazy dating stories.
Well, you were big into hockey, guys.
I was not, wait, cut that out of this.
I only say that because that was like half of the salad bowl things were hockey.
Nuh-uh.
I feel like there was like 6 different things about hockey in there.
No, there was not. I don't even think there was one.
Yes, there was. I'm the one who typed them out.
Like, I'm the one that knows them.
No, I swear to God, there was at least.
I dated one
handful.
hockey guy.
Oh,
For
okay.
like 4 or 5 years. That was like my longest.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought there was more.
There was one that like accidentally was mixed in, but we don't count that one.
Okay. I need to go through and find all those salad bowls.
That was a salad bowl one, but that was not related to hockey.
Okay.
It was just the devil one.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, well, how long have you and Terry been together now?
Since 2020. So like 4 years.
Okay.
Maybe
God.
a little more.
I can't even remember life without Terry.
Yeah, I know, me either.
But I also feel like you guys met pretty soon after like you and I became friends.
Yeah, because we kind of had that squad time, and then it was like kind of during COVID, so like things were moving really quickly with our friend group like hanging out all the time and with him.
Yeah.
So kind of all meshed together because fun fact, Terry and I met the same exact night. We finally got Olivia and Grant to talk.
I know, that's so
So like
funny.
the same to the day.
Yeah. And Olivia is Hope's sister, who is now dating one of my best friends from high school. So it's all just like semi-incestual, but
not.
also not at the same time. But I'll never forget because we went to Winterfest. Was that only, or had you and Terry moved to Chicago yet?
No, we had just started. That was like the
You
first time
just
he ever
started
came up
dating,
here.
right? Yeah. And we all went to Winterfest in Door County. And I just remember having like, it was me, Terry, and I don't even think you were like in the circle. It was like me, Terry, Chelsea, and Megan maybe. And we were telling him like, you can take Hope for a year to Chicago, but then like you have to move back here. I hope you know that like you can't stay away forever.
When we move back, I'll have lived there 4 years, which is wild.
And you were only going to go for
2. I said 2 max.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
But when you're going to move back this year?
Yeah, our lease ends end of August.
Good.
Yeah. But I feel like it took me a full year and a half to like get my bearings and feel like I lived there, not like I was just on some vacation, like some expensive vacation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked out.
And I
love it
feel
there.
like when you think about a year or two, like it seems like so long, but then when you're living it, you're like, holy shit, that went so fast.
Yeah. Well, and also I think I went into it like 2 years and then we're coming up here and I made that deal ahead of time because I've moved for the guy before and it didn't work out. So I was like, am I really going to do this again?
Yeah.
So I think in my head I was trying to like, hey, 2 years and then you're moving with me. So that's equal here.
Yeah.
But
And you and Terry, explain how you guys met. Because I love when I had, because he says Stadium View. Whenever I answer, I say like through work, but I guess technically you guys
it's
met.
through work. I hate when he says we meet at Stadium.
Don't
like rope that into my life love story, okay?
So for Hope's bachelorette party, I had Terry, I like texted him all of these questions and I had him film himself answering them. And he said that in one of the ones about on the dance floor at Stadium View.
And it also wasn't. It was upstairs. Like, don't make it sound.
I kind of love it though. So yeah, explain how the love affair happened.
So we work for the same company. They have an office in Chicago, headquartered up here. We were kind of in the same role, like a team lead role, and they just like paired up our different offices with a buddy just to kind of work on some collaboration across the offices, and we got paired up as buddies. I actually thought he was an old man because
his name is Terry.
Yeah, his name is Terry. And everyone there like talked about how he's been here forever, like he's been doing this role for a long time. So I was like, oh great, I got paired up with the old man and I'm gonna have to do all the work. And like I was kind of annoyed. And then you hear his voice on the phone and his voice sounds like
he has a deep voice. Yeah.
I thought it was an old man. Then we like had to talk. We like
How
talked
did
over.
you never look him up?
Well, we talked over chat for a little bit, and then the algorithms of social media kicked in, and he popped up a few days later on my People You May Know on Facebook, and I was like,
He's
not an old
cute.
man.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Berglunds at Schneider, so I also saw his sister, Abby.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, we must be married to this Abby girl. Like, you know, I didn't like piece it all together. But there's people in our office that had worked in our Chicago office, so they knew each other and were all friends. So the night we actually met, he was coming up for Packers Bears weekend with his brother. At this point, I kind of probably knew I was going to have a crush on him because like we got paired up and I was like, oh, he is cute, whatever. They came up. He was staying with my boss because they were good friends. So they were staying overnight at her place. I had other people from our company staying with me overnight for the game, too. We all went to Stadium View, and I was just like, oh, yeah, I have a crush.
Yeah.
But I got, like, way too drunk that night and had to leave early. Didn't get around to it. So we didn't really get to talk until probably Sunday at the Packer game.
Yeah.
But then I'd, like, lost my phone the night before. Like, I was...
Disheveled.
If he liked me after that weekend, I should have known we were going to get married. Because really, like, that was a terrible weekend.
A Schneider love story. That's so funny because if I even have one conversation with someone, or it'll be like if I have like a winner in the studio and I like in my head, I'm like, oh, that like their voice, like he sounded attractive. Immediately social media, like I have to go look them up. I'm surprised you didn't.
Yeah. I don't really know why. Well, also, like, in my head, Olivia and I always joked about this, too, because she also works for the same company. But it was just, like, I always said I was never going to date someone from work. Like, that was ingrained in my brain. Olivia and I would, like, laugh about it for other people all the time. So I was probably just, like, trying to subconsciously work it out of my head.
I feel like Schneider would be the place to meet someone to date, though, because it's all young people. I remember that weekend because I remember I was at dinner at Vintage, I think, with Laura and someone, and you came and you were with your other work people.
Yeah.
Vintage. What did I say? Vintage? What did I say? Oh, okay. I thought I just had a stroke.
You were accurate.
Okay.
Continue.
And then I remember that. And then, Grant and Liv. So Grant had slid into Liv's DMs a couple times.
We tried. Olivia was just like not letting us hook her up with anyone. She didn't want to be set up. But me and Laura had tried for like years to like for her and Grant. And Grant like had some very clever.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she would, like, talk to me about them because I lived with her and, like, we'd giggle. But then she'd be like, but no. And then she'd, like, avoid coming around because she didn't want to be set up. So that night it happened organically. And look at them.
Yeah. Look at you both.
Look at us both.
Wow. If I would have met someone that weekend, that would have worked out great.
You lost your chance.
I'm screwed. Now I'm alone forever. If I didn't meet anyone that weekend, the hope is, pun intended, it's gone.
Good punny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm super punny.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more question.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I just thought of this on the spot, and it's going to be really hard because I know you love Taylor Swift as much as I do. But if you had to choose one Taylor Swift song to be you and Terry's relationship, what would it be?
Actually, I think you already know this one. I think we've talked about it.
Have we?
Invisible String.
Oh, yeah.
I think just because, like I said, I don't have crazy dating stories, but just like the way my other relationships were, like it was just like so natural and easy. It just kind of felt like it was always supposed to happen. And like, granted, we were in an odd situation where we kind of had to like jump in or not. I mean, COVID was kind of weird to kind of push us, I think, to move in sooner because we were trying to like do the long distance, but it just like always had been there. And to meet through work, like there had to have been some invisible string.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how the heck would we be here?
That is my dream, is to get into a relationship that like throughout the time you're like, oh my God, you were there, I was there, or like,
I'm like subconsciously maybe his mastermind, just because I feel like when I met him, I was kind of like I was at the stage where I was like ready, and I was like, this is either going to work or it isn't, and I'm going to make it work.
Yes.
Even Laura always jokes, the night at Stadium View, I like wouldn't let her near those work people because I would come over by you guys on the other side of the bar at Stadium View and then go back by the work people. And I was just like, I don't want you to mess this up for me. I was just so worried about it because I just think I kind of knew.
I wonder if this makes me now believe that Taylor Swift is a 2-wing 3, because I feel like she is a mastermind, and like that's you and I I will have a full ass plan. If I see a guy that I'm like interested in, I'm like,
sure.
I will.
I've thought 6 steps ahead.
Yes.
It just never has worked.
Yep. I have so many plans in my mind of how I am going to get that man to talk to me.
Like probably once I should not, like I could do this, and then like I just always worked into my head that I have this master plan.
Or then you like see people that they're acquaintances with, and you're like, oh, I can get in that way if I know them, and then So I think she is a 2-wing 3.
Yeah, let's call her on.
All right, I like it.
That's what she is.
Wait, are you going to have the invisible string like violin thing playing?
No, that song's not on violin, but another one is.
Oh, what?
I hope you catch it.
Well, duh, of course I'm going to.
Okay.
But I love all the TikToks of people who like walk down to instrumental Taylor.
And I'm not walking down to that because Terry was like, no, but it's mixed in there.
All right, now I'm going to have to pay super close attention. Do you think you'll cry?
I'm very emotional normally. I mean, like Laura's Bachelorette, I couldn't even say something I liked about her. I was like sobbing. I'm just like very emotional, but I almost wonder if that day I'm going to be so like overstimulated and just like trying to be there that I will just not. That's the goal.
Yeah. I could see that because like At Laura's bachelorette party, that was very much a safe space with just like close girlfriends. And at a wedding, it's like you're in front of 100 and something people.
And I like kind of am still just a crier all the time. Like,
same.
I can like go into like a one-on-one meeting with someone who's like a boss and like just like tear up because I'm nervous. Like I cry.
I know.
Happy, sad.
I'm the
scared.
Same way.
So I hope I don't, just because it's not pretty.
No, but it'll be sweet though.
Yeah.
Are you guys writing your own vows?
We are.
You are?
Yeah. So we weren't going to. Our friend, actually the coworker that he was staying with that weekend, who's marrying us.
Oh my God, cute.
Yeah. So we kind of did it though as like a template. Like we kind of did an outline and like we're gonna do plug and play. Terry's already like done his, practiced his, worked on his. I haven't even.
You haven't even started it?
I have like notes. But that's also like, that's what I do. I'm better that way.
Yeah.
Like Laura's wedding speech too. I had notes and literally at cocktail hour, I wrote it.
Yeah.
So
I also feel, well, I guess vows might be a little bit different, but with my job too, obviously it's a lot of like, I don't like having an exact script because then I feel like, then I stress out about, did I lose my place? Mm-hmm. And then I feel like it's just same. Like like you have an idea in your head.
But we're talkers, so like we just like to wing it. I always winged presentations in school too. It'd be like, you can't wait until the end of the semester to do this. It's a semester-long project. It'd be like the last 3 days. It'd be done.
Yeah, I'm at Starbucks. I'm like, okay, I'll finish. Yeah, I'm the same way. Because you also don't want it to sound like, to add more stress of like having to read it perfectly.
Yeah, and I would change it 75 times. I don't know. Well, hopefully they turn out.
So is there just like templates online of?
I kind of just made it, to be honest.
Oh.
I just kind of thought about like how you could word it and like try to keep it short enough. So we're just kind of doing like, ad-lib your beginning. There's a few like prompts almost, like not just to make it sound like an assignment, but kind of it.
Do you think Terry will cry? I know
he keeps telling me, don't stress me. Like he's so worried about if he does or doesn't. I'm like, don't worry about it, but like cry.
Yeah. But if you don't cry, then I'm getting this annulled.
The thing that might get him though is like in the moment of me walking down the aisle with the song that's picked, that might be it.
Yeah, I feel like that. What movie is that from? 27 Dresses. Like that's the moment where I want to look at you, but I also am looking at Terry because I want to like see. Are you doing a first look?
No.
Oh my God, it's gonna be such a cool moment.
And I'm pretty sure he has no idea what my dress looks like. Like I don't think he's gotten any like hints or.
I don't even know if I do because I've seen so many. Okay, I think I know which one you went with. And are you wearing that one for the reception as well, or do you have like a party dress?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing a second. I feel like I'm going to be in my wedding dress all night, but if I decide I want to change, I want to be comfy. So I got like a blue little sweatsuit.
Oh, cute.
That I'm like, I like don't love wearing white all the time. And we're eating hot dogs at Cropsies and like, I'm going to spill.
I can't wait for Cropsies after. That's going to be so fun.
I can't wait.
I just love weddings. I love everything about it. It's going to be so fun. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Let me see that up close. I don't know if that's the one that oh my God, that is so pretty. I'm obsessed. He's gonna cry for sure.
You think? Yes. Okay, good.
How are you doing your hair?
Like very simple.
Okay.
Hair and makeup, like very minimal, very simple. That's where I'm not a maximalist. That's where I'm like,
well, you want to look like yourself.
And I'm like messy. Like my hair's usually messy. Like for my hair to be perfectly clean that day doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Not clean.
Yeah. I'm not showering all week. It's going to be greasy AF.
I'm in Terry's least favorite hairstyle right now.
I love it. All right. Any final thoughts, concerns? I don't know.
Well, let's see what I got to check off the schedule still.
Yeah, what do you still have left?
Right. So actually my mom took care. We're not doing like a cake, but we're having a cake out for like just like cutting and something. So my mom took care of that today. I haven't printed any of my signage, like the seating chart and all that. So
you'll be fine.
So I'll show you it after this and get your opinions. But I have to go do that. We have to practice our not like we're doing a full dance. But, like, we need to practice a few things so we're not just, like...
Swag.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny is not to bring Cody up again because he doesn't deserve to be on this podcast again. I know. But we were at coffee...
Is there, like, a bravo, bravo, bravo I can say? So you have to
seriously. But we were getting coffee yesterday morning, and I told him that you were coming on the podcast. And then I was like, you had just sent me your schedule. And I was like... oh my God, I would be so stressed if I was planning like a wedding this week. There's so many things. And he was like, well, what's all on there? And I said, I was like reading, I was like, oh, practice dance. He's like, you have to practice that? I was like, well, I don't know. I think just so you figure out kind of what you want to do.
Yeah, or just like know a few things.
Yeah.
So 11 o'clock with On Air Hannah. Check.
Oh my God.
I got to get a haircut tomorrow. Just like leaving notes, ordering pizza for Thursday, and all the things that I'm not thinking of. Plus, I like haven't fully packed for Aruba yet. So like I have everything.
Swimsuits and...
yeah, but I got to like steam all the stuff.
Yeah.
And like...
Or are you flying out of
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Oh, perfect.
Out of Green Bay, but back into Chicago.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Who's bringing your car back to Chicago?
To the single guys.
Oh.
You want to go back with them?
Yeah, maybe. Well, they're nice too.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All
All right. Well, next week, everyone stay tuned for the Post Hope podcast where I will tell you all of the things that happen. I'll let you know if I hit it off with any of the single men.
Gosh, I hope so.
Same. Just for the night.
Yeah.
You know.
Or
maybe
life. Whatever.
Forever. And then they can move back and then Terry can have a friend here.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, he already has all of us, but
It's a love story.
baby, just say yes. What a great way to end. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Ann.